Number 2, Joshua was loyal to Moses. Loyal. Exodus 24:13 said he was referred to as Moses' minister. The problem with the church is that we have disloyal people. Disloyal people. I said this in the first service. That's the problem with the church. You cannot speak against the other religion, and even if it is true, they won't support you. Even if what you are saying is logically correct, they will not support you. Why? Because that's loyalty. It's only Christians that confuse people who speak against tithe. You will see Christians contributing. It is true. It is true. Yes, it is true. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. Even if your father is a fool, is it a stranger that should say it? It's a shame. Christians today, you hear the kind of things they contribute, and I just sit back and look. I say, what happened to loyalty? What happened to loyalty? Moses was not a good guy to be with. Number 1, he stutters. Have you seen a stammerer? You're in trouble. When he's talking, don't stand close because he will hit you. How was Moses talking to Pharaoh? He wasn't actually talking to Pharaoh face to face. He was talking to Aaron, because Aaron understood him. So he turns to Aaron and says, la 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 beep 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 beep. And yeah, Joshua saw the shenanigans and yet was loyal. You can't really say you are loyal until you have seen reasons to be disloyal and you are still loyal. How can somebody be speaking against pastors? They know that their strength is our division. They thrive on that platform. Someone is speaking against pastors and you carry your phone. You are contributing. Say, it is true. It is true. All these people, it is true. You are shameless. You are shameless. You are shameless. When I got born again as a young man, it didn't happen in our day. There was somebody that spoke against the archbishop. We were in a taxi. We were 3. He was alone. He said, this is the house. He was talking to us. We didn't talk. We just told the driver where to park. We said, you say it's not a man of God. He said, yes, okay. So I parked. So we all came down. We told him to come down. He said, I've not gotten to where I'm going. I said, we have gone to where we are going. No? And that's where you are going. Come down. He was talking, one of our brothers, that one is a colonel in the army. That one said, oh, you think we are joking? Gave him 5-foot ministry on his face. 5-foot ministry. Boom. He was still talking. He added it to the 9 gifts of the Spirit. Say it's a man of God. Say it's a man of God. Say it again. Say it's a man of God. Say it again. Say it's a man of God. Say go and drop him. Say this is our address, so come and arrest us. Now I'm not advising physical combat, but there are certain things. When you see an error in a place, you pray, because ministry is spiritual. This is not a political gathering. I'm telling you, this year you will see what God will do. I gave prophecies concerning 2018, and I saw people trying to analyze it and make mockery of it, and not knowing that they were fast tracking the prophecies. Boom, 1 happened. Boom, 2 happened. Boom, 3 happened. They kept quiet. So you are talking now. I'm leading a campaign this year. In the next 1 or 2 months, I'm leading a campaign that if you say anything against a pastor, Christians, I told members of my church, I said, I don't permit you guys to do videos. They say, yes, Papa. I said, anybody that speaks against pastor, I will raise 4,000 of you, do your video, choke the internet, embarrass that person. Am I talking to somebody here? People that have no moral stand, people of no internal value, will speak against men of God, and you see Christians that are contributing, thinking they are making sense. Thinking they are making sense. Disloyal set of people. Loyalty is the key to royalty. You want to experience royalty, then understand loyalty. Am I communicating here? Understand loyalty. You are in a place not because a man is perfect. You are in a place because he is sent to your life. You are in a place because the man is anointed, not because he's perfect. There's a difference between anointing and perfection. When you see an imperfection in his life, you begin to pray for perfection. You begin to pray for him. It's not only your pastor that prays for you, you pray for your pastor. It's not only your pastor that ministers to you, you minister to your pastor. You say, God, this is what I see in my pastor's life. I know he's still a man of God. I still love him. But Father, take him to perfection. This is what I see in the life of my pastor's wife. Lord, I know you allowed me to see this thing because you have made me an intercessor to address it. I will not stop praying until I see her walk in the fullness of God. This is what I saw in my pastor's family. Not to criticize, not to antagonize, not to speak. The Bible says, judge not that you will not be judged. When you begin to speak against a man, you carry a greater sin than that man. What is Dr. Abraham? Do you know infirmities can become more pronounced when the cure is worse than the disease? Huh? Cancer. When a normal sickness, the cure is now worse than the disease, it can birth cancer. That's what we do. When we begin to speak against preachers, speak against the church of God, speak against the house of God. I fired somebody last 2 weeks. Why? Because he sent me a video of what people were saying about a pastor. I fired him. I said, have you not heard I don't watch such things? I said, I don't watch such things. I don't watch such things. There is no negative video about me that I've watched. No, I'll watch and do what now? How does it help me? No, watch and do what? I've not watched one. I've not read one. Someone got close to a group of people that were speaking against me. He said, I'm close to this man. If only you are aware that this man does not read it. He said, eh? Because we are wondering with all we are writing, he's still preaching like nothing is happening. He doesn't read it. This young man forwarded it to me. I said, why did you forward this to me? Of what value is it to me that a pastor has been? He said, I just say you should know, sir. I said, no problem. See the admin. And I said, you are fired. If I gave that instruction and you flouted it, it means that you want to see what I can do. So you are fired. For now, be jobless for a while till you are normal. Am I talking to somebody here? Yes, there are certain nonsense. People approach you with stories they know you want to hear. Nobody will criticize a man of God until they see your body language shows interest. Understand it? You see believers analyzing an agenda of hell. Okay, this person now said this. Now said this. Okay, this thing and this thing. You are analyzing an agenda of hell. You have become a part of the program of hell. Oh my God. In my days, under the Archbishop of Idahosa, what did we hear? We heard things. So sometimes when I hear the thing, I'm looking at the man. I'm confused. I say, is it not this man that I'm seeing? One time when Omega started, when I finished preaching, I just walked through the back. When I finished preaching, I walked through the back. And there was a solid rumor in town that after I finished preaching, I disappeared. It was heavy. It was that one. Have you not been to his church? And just preach, you vanish. So I used to say, vanish. I was in UK. I was in UK. I went somewhere. So I was going back and I saw is it Uber? Is it Uber? But they carried 2 persons. I said, I could join them. It's okay. I joined them. The 2 guys were talking about me. To me. Say, I want Pastor Suleman, Nigeria. Are you Nigerian? He says, all this pastor. Pastor. I say, okay. So Pastor Suleman. I said, you know him? He said, of course. I know him. So he told me by himself. He told me that he's not genuine. He told me. I said, how can somebody not be genuine and he will tell you he's not genuine? He said, He told, we're close now. There's nothing he will tell me. He was telling me, I said, these pastors. I said, all these pastors. He's not genuine. He told you, he said, yes. I said, somebody's not genuine, he will tell you. He said, yes. I entered his house. I saw a charm in the sitting room. So I said, if somebody has a charm, is his sitting room will keep it. He will hide it where nobody can see it. He said, this one, we are close. We are close. He said, terrible guy, terrible. The wife is from India. The wife is from India. Gives power. So I said, As some people go to the church, he said, yes. There they go. Say, this word is serious. That's why I told myself I'm not going to church again. Never. After he finished talking to me, 3 hours we were talking. And he explained everything to me that he's fake. I said, yeah. I engaged him. And the cow was talking. When he was done, so I said, driver, do you have an inner light here? He said, yes. I said, put it on, put it on. I said, my name is Apostle Suleman. They almost disappeared from. I said, do you know what you've just succeeded in doing? See this driver? He has been shaking. He said, you just succeeded in selling a dummy, a lie to him. Have you met me before? Sir, people, but I thought you said 3 hours. Both of you sat down 3 hours. No, not people. It's not people that are saying. It's time. Hell is against the church. Do you think that demons don't know that Satan is crafty, but they are still loyal to him? Demons know Satan is crafty. Demons know he's a bad guy. But they are still loyal. They face their assignments. You don't understand this? Those who think they are smart and try to play games and try to speak against preachers of the gospel, they might get temporal fame, but they go into maximum extinction. Loyalty. Come to tell America, those of you that live here, do not follow American Christianity. Emotional mentality. A pastor talks, say, why did he talk to me like that? Why did he talk to me like that? After all my labor in the choir, you labored for God. You labored for God. After all my effort, pastors are now afraid to talk. You are lucky I'm not your pastor. This is my mouth. When I know you are angry when I talk, I will focus on that talking. That thing in you must die. My wife told somebody, said, do not show my husband your weakness because he will focus on it. I noticed that when they talk, you get angry. I will keep talking. You must be humble. You must be humble. Am I talking to somebody here? A lady, anytime she walks into my office, the first thing I say is, you are too proud. See, Papa, I know now. You are saying it all the time. I say, so it becomes an anthem. You start working on it. You are too proud. You are too proud. You are too proud. Anybody you see that's a member of a church and is not a worker is proud. It is pride that will not make you submit to workforce. You are proud. You are too proud. Am I speaking here? A man of God, a mouthpiece of God is giving you God's mind for you, and you are emotional about it. Can you imagine? Somebody said to me, sir, I've just been looking for the past 2 Sundays. It's me you have been preaching about. I said, so your name is in the Bible? I didn't know. Is your name in the Bible? He said, no, everything you have been saying. Have we met before? No, sir. Have you spoken to me? No, but I know God told you. I know you are supposed to give me the message one-on-one, but you choose to just. I said, if only you know you are too insignificant. I'm not aware. But now you have told me, let me preach to you one-on-one. Since you have now become the focus, I will leave thousands of people and I now talk about you. Are you not happy? Are you not privileged that I focus on you? I say, I'm not even aware. Most times, and that is what happened to the Western world. Even to Europe, people get angry. People walk out of church. They say, I left that church because they didn't treat me well. I left that church. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Where you work, people abuse you. Resign. Have you resigned? Oh, you have not resigned. You've got neighbors who spite you, who say things. Co-workers say things, right? You packed out. Did you pack out? You live there. You don't go to church every day. But you live there. You go to work every day. Thank you, man. 16 hours daily you are there. They say all kind of scandalous remarks. You are still working. But church, you left. So you didn't leave church because somebody said anything. You left church because you are arrogant. You left church because you feel you can change church. You left church because you feel there is multiplicity of the place of worship. That is why you left. Because if somebody says what you don't like, you ignore what he's saying and focus on what God is saying. Am I talking to somebody here? Somebody should not successfully move you from the house of God. It's your father's house. Nobody should move you out. Can I pray? We have to stem the tide. Watch the things that come out of your mouth. Loyalty. Loyalty. I loved the Archbishop with passion. 4 years after his death, I was preaching somewhere. Somebody went with me. And the person was in the same hotel room with me. In Delta State, a place called Agbo. Same room. And he said something nasty about the Archbishop. And I said to him, I said, you are living here now. Now. He said, the man is dead now. I said, no, my conviction in his anointing is not dead. You are living here now for the sake of my future. For the sake of my covering. There are things I can't be a party to. There are things I cannot tolerate. You are living here now. You are living now. Everyone knows that you speak against Pastor E. Adeboye. I will respond. I will respond adequately. I will take my time to lash you out. Naturally, if you speak against me, I will never respond. I will not say war, but I stand not as a bastard. I stand to speak words for my father. I stand to defend a grace that covers me. It is an error for somebody to temper your covering and you are quiet. Am I talking to somebody here? Begin to enjoy life naturally. The acrobatic display of a monkey on top of a tree is not a miracle. It's his nature. The massive poo-poo of an elephant is not a prayer point. It is a function of what it has taken in that is downloading. When you see fish swimming in water, it's not marine spirit. It's his nature. Am I talking to somebody here? So there are certain greatness. When you are born by an elephant, you don't pray to be big. You don't need vigil to increase in size. If an elephant is your father, then size is your portion. Am I talking to somebody here? There are certain manifestations of greatness you begin to enjoy naturally. Naturally. You can't walk in an embassy and look for visa. Hey, certain things manifest naturally. Certain things are manifest naturally. A police officer has no business knowing the price of a gun. By enlisting to the force, a gun is naturally handed over to him. He has no business knowing the price of a gun. So there are certain of us who are disadvantaged under a massive unction because we talk with two sides of our mouth. We talk with two sides of our mouth. And that is why the church today is almost at its way a place of mockery. And I pray for you today. I pray for you today that in your time you will make God proud. You'll be an ambassador of the gospel. You'll be an ambassador of the gospel. You'll be an ambassador of the gospel. I said this to you yesterday. I said you will see Americans. Yes, America. Young people, 18, 20. In their 20s. They will see all the lectures of terrorists on the internet. And they will sneak from college. Sneak from the university. And they go to Syria. Is it true? What did they see in 3 days? There's a terrorist group in our country. When they go to a village, they will seize, hold hostage, seize all the young men. And in 3 months, they will radicalize them. The young men will be ready to die. I ask myself a question. What are they telling them that we are not telling you? 10 years! We are still battling with you about speaking in tongues. That's how you're arguing. Speaking in tongues, is it Old Testament or New Testament? 10 years. 10 years of Christianity. Call me pastor, I ask question. I want to ask question. Somebody cannot die in silence. I want to ask question. This thing, they call speaking in tongues. In Old Testament or New Testament, because this thing they call communion. Communion, you know, this bread and wine. Is it actually the blood? Explain. You want to find out everything. Find out everything. And these are people, they don't wait. They are radical, ready to die. Come to my country, go to the northern part. You see people ready to die. Not in Nigeria. In fact, not everywhere. Go to Ghana, the northern part. Go everywhere. Not everywhere. Bible says fear not. Have you read your Bible? It didn't say fear east or fear west. It said fear not. Not. It didn't say fear. This is a fear West. Radical. We need people like that. People like that. Who are radical. These are principles, personal principles nobody taught me. Are principles I learned under an anointing. And I gathered it. And it worked for me. Loyal to a fault. I'm not interested in what is not looking for me. Loyal to a fault. And that is the problem we have. We don't have such people in the church. Nobody's brainwashing anybody. We are conscious of our future. We are conscious of our destiny. We are conscious of where we are going. And we all know body apology to the grace we submit. We all know no apology. We are under an anointing and we are focused on the future. Am I talking to somebody here? Am I talking to somebody? Your level of disloyalty. That was what finished Judas Iscariot. He was disloyal. Judas is very callous. Judas is callous. Very callous. Judas is carrot. I don't eat carrot deliberately. Because Judas is carrot. It's not mango. It's not apple. It's carrot. I speak the baptism of loyalty on your life. A great man of God under the brackets of David Oyedepo escaped a plane crash. Why? Prior to that time, that same morning, he had a contact with his father in the Lord, Pastor Adeboye. He didn't know why. There was no invitation. He just saw the man. Hands were laid on him. And he traveled. He was there, his family. And when he got to the Mediterranean Sea, the plane began to gravitate downwards. Somebody would have gone into extinction if not for a father. Loyalty to an anointing. Loyalty to a grace. Loyalty to an unction. Imagine that kind of story. He said, let it not be heard in Gath. Say it not in Askelon. How are the mighty fallen and the weapons of war? How would they say that kind of thing? How would they say it? How would they say it? That's why I don't like that song. These are the days of Elijah. I don't like it. Elijah had no father, he had no mother. That's why he expired. I don't like it. No mentor. No mentor. He expired. These are not the days of Elijah. One greater than Elijah is around. That's what the Holy Spirit says. And a generation greater than Elijah. So it's time for us. I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Some years ago when I was in school, I think they did that in the movie, The Story of My Life, a movie they did. I was in class. One lecturer came, I was talking nonsense about the gospel. And I stood up in class. I said, excuse me, sir. If you have nothing to say, get out. He said, what? I said, I will never sit down and you ridicule the gospel. Is that part of your lecture here? Do you take religious knowledge? That you are insulting us, that all these born again people, all those say they are born again, praying to a God they cannot see. It's only might and legend. I said, sir, get out. And he said, really? He said, young man, what's your matric number? I said, how does that concern you? He said, oh, you started failing. He said, you know what I can do in this campus? I said, that's if you are alive, sir. Oh, you are threatening my life? Oh, you are a cultist? I said, I'm not a cultist, I'm a godist. I said, sir, I will never tolerate it. I'm ready to be rusticated. I'm ready to be sent out of school. But for the gospel, I won't close my mouth. In my country, they know. They've given up on me. Someone called me, said they are attempting to pick pastors and the rest. I said, I'm coming home. Let them pick me. Say, are you normal? You're a madman. You are not on the list. I said, no, let them pick all of us. I'm tired. I need vacation. So let them carry me somewhere. Just rest. They just say, I'm saying something serious. I said, why not me? I said something. I said, you're a madman. We're talking of normal people. Who carries a human being and puts him in the zoo? These animals they put there. You with your own case is you and God. So But just try and talk to so and so person to take it easy and calm down. I say, me, I don't know how to advise. Advise somebody. I don't know how to advise people. No. I was talking to my father in the Lord, Pastor Adebo. I said, Daddy, try and be resting. He laughed. He said, you are not qualified to advise somebody. I said, try and be resting. He said, me, rest. You're advising me. He said, you move every week. He said, I need somebody who is resting to tell me to rest. You are not qualified. It's time for us in your workplace. Defend the gospel. Defend the gospel. Defend Jesus. In your school, defend Jesus. Don't join the crowd to ridicule the name of the Lord. Am I talking to somebody? Romans 1:16, I'm not ashamed of the gospel. Stand on your feet and say, I'm not ashamed. 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 Not ashamed. I told you a story. You know, I was telling them in church. I said, we have wristbands. We have things that identify Omega children. Some people will never wear. Pride. That same hand, you see them wear hand chain. That same hand. But when you are working the bank, you have the emblem there. You have the tag there. You dare not take it off. A lady, a young girl, was kidnapped. I don't know what they call kidnap in America. Kidnap is kidnap, yeah? A young girl was kidnapped. They took her from one end to another end, about 40 kilometers. No, 30 kilometers. They took her. And she was screaming. She was crying. She was screaming. She was crying. Right before our eyes, they killed the first person. They killed the second person. And they left her. The second day, they killed 2 more. They left her. They just kept killing. They killed 8. It was now her turn. And they were leading her. They would lead them somewhere, lay them down, take off their head, their body parts, and all. It was her turn. She held a wristband and screamed, where is the God of my father, Apostle Johnson Suleman? And she disappeared. She disappeared. Found herself in her room. Now, we would not have believed the testimony if not brethren that were praying in the room that saw her appear. All of them took off. Oh, it's easy for you to laugh. But you are praying for your sister. You open your eyes, she sits. Or after the order of Philip disappeared. That's not what you can explain. But God saw our heart connected to the unction. Our loyalty to the unction. Mama and I's picture was somewhere. A woman was praying. As she was praying, a live bat appeared. You know bat? B-A-T. I was flying around. And the bat flew and its beak perched my face. And the bat physically caught fire. Physical fire. How do I explain this? The almanac caught it fire. It caught literal and was roasted, brought to church. Roasted. Fire. As it hit the forehead, fire came out on it. Thus, it was not the almanac, that was paper. But it was the spiritual connection, the loyalty of the woman. Our heart believed in that prayer. If somebody here believes that, oh, as I'm walking out of this place, I'm getting a better job. As I'm walking out of this place, my green card is released. As I'm walking out of this place, my passport is in my hands. As I'm walking out, I'm walking into my wedding. I'm walking into my healing. I'm walking into my conception. Be on your feet, let me pray for you. Be on your feet, let me pray for you. Be on your feet, let me pray for you. Let me pray for you. Let the Lord have his way. Oh, let the Lord have his way. I put my hands in his hands. Let him lead me. I look above, see the crowd. It's awaiting over there. So let the Lord have his way. Let the Lord His way. Let the Lord have His way. I put my hands in His hands and let Him lead. Look above, see the crowd. He's awaiting over there. So let the Lord have His way. Sing time. Let the Lord have His way. Let the Lord have His way. I put my hands in His hands and let Him lead. I look above, see the crowd are waiting over there. So let the Lord, 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 so let the Lord have His way. All eyes closed. Right where you are, you see, Apostle. You see, the first loyalty that you need in life is to be loyal to He who created you. You see, Apostle, I want today, this January, to sign a contract for life with the one who made my life. I want to receive Him into my life. I want Him to become my director, to dictate my life, my steps, to order them. I want Jesus in my heart. Right where you are tonight, I'd like to raise your right hand up if you're in that category. You want Jesus in your life. Raise your right hand up. Loyalty must begin with loyalty to the Almighty God. Loyalty to the Almighty God. Raise your right hand up if you're in that category. I'd like to pray with you. Death is an appointment. The problem is not death. The problem is where you go when you die. How can, because of 50, 60, 80, 90 years, you lose eternity? The pleasures of less than 100 years, you lose eternity. Right where you are, raise your right hand if you're in that category. Let me pray for you. Raise your right hand, please. Take a step and come to me. Come here. Those of you whose hands are raised up, come here. Let me pray for you. Let me pray for you. Let me pray for you. What does it mercy with Jehovah? What does it mercy with Onyerewe? Imamaya, 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 Idiebube. Imamaya, 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 Idiebube. In the ma ezichi neke, nenigwe nabaramba. Moam nasi in the ma ezichi. In the ma ezichi neke, nenigwe. Listen, from yesterday morning, we had a mind-blowing prophetic session. Is that true? Yes, sir. Yesterday night was terrific. God was taking us to people's houses and their addresses and all of that. This morning was something else. This night we saw a few miracles. But this night, this is the reason why I'm here. Boya Chineke Dima, Boya Onyo Biama, Boya Chineke Dima, Boya Onyo Biama, Omeroya, Jehovah Jireh, Bewoya, Aguna Chemba, Bewoya, Obereya Dogeya, Omeroya, Jehovah Jireh, Bewoya, Alpha and Omega. Now, those of you in front of me, I know you're writing, but can you hold on 1 minute and just say this after me? Say, Lord Jesus, tonight I enter a covenant with you for life. I ask for grace to follow you. I receive you as my Lord and Savior. I am empowered. I'm empowered from this day. Forward ever, backward never. In Jesus' name, I speak grace, glory, strength, unction on your life. In Jesus' name. Fill the forms you're given. If you've done that already, you drop it on the altar. But if you have not done it, you can go to your seat and fill it where you are seated and bring it. You can go to your seat, fill it and bring it. Fill it and bring it. If you don't have a pen here. I expected someone to celebrate the Lord with a clap of hands. With a clap of hands. I go to chamber. Hallelujah. Let me pray for you. If you are here tonight with your seed, come. I called for a